Tomorrow, the action returns to Truist Park as we look live. They are there. I can see some folks on the field. They look like ants, but they're getting the field ready. Braves facing off against the Kansas City Royals for the start of their 10th season there at Truist Park. And if you're thinking you might go to the Braves game, if you're feeling brave to brave the Braves, Doug Turnbull's joining us now live with some tips.
Hey, by the way, we had to brave them last year. They started 0-7, if you all remember. All right, they started 0-7, but they revamped the team a little bit. They got a lot of people back from injury. And no, I'm not Maria Martin or Reggie Chapman or Marcus Greaves, our sports team here, but I'm certainly excited. I'm as much as I love NASCAR, I love the Braves just as much, so I'm all about it. But one thing, so I was here, covered traffic in Atlanta, have for a long time, and I was here when they built Truist Park, and I thought it was going to be a disaster.
Why?
Because while Turner Field, which is now GSU Stadium,
worse than Turner?
I thought it was going to be a disaster traffic-wise because there it was affecting downtown.
Right.
And it was like, okay, keep all the crowds downtown, just like when Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And I was like, you're going to take this crowd and put them in the middle of 285 and I-75? That's going to have a shockwave effect that could affect Sandy Springs. It could affect Smyrna and all this stuff. And the traffic plan they came up with, which was instead of a traffic funnel, they had an array of parking lots around the park there. That's been the elixir, and I think that's what we see here on the shot. So here's the deal. I spoke to Cobb DOT's Drew Ressler, who's the director there. I said, hey, has anything changed this year? What new do we have to look forward to? And he said the traffic plan's largely the same, which it involves buy your parking first and put it in a wayfinding app. Here's what he had to say about your plans to go there.
Encourage folks to use the wayfinding, the Waze, and the Google Maps and things like that. Because the ballpark has so many different points of access, we're able to manage traffic pretty effectively. The other thing that we encourage is certainly a lot to do around the ballpark. So it's always a good idea to come down early. That helps to spread out the traffic a little bit. Helps folks to have, extend their good times as well. But then allows for that better traffic management as well.
So let's compare it to Turner Field, right? There were not a bunch of attractions around the stadium. There was like one restaurant. That was about it, okay? There was nothing to really go and do. People came and they left all at the same time, and traffic was tough getting out of the game downtown. And it's not tough at Truist Park, but you could go a couple of hours early, grab some drinks and food. You could stay late and party, and the Battery is insane after the games. So that's what he's recommending doing. Now, when you park, it's a bit of a walk, sometimes as much as a mile to get from your parking space there. So besides walking, which I love to do, my wife and I love going to games and walking far to get there, you can also hire bike taxis, whatever you want to call those, but people about $20 will take you. And there's actually for free the Cobb Circulator that takes people between Cumberland Mall and Windy Ridge Parkway right next to the stadium. Now, or it actually takes you into the heart of the Battery. Now, there is another hack. If you don't want to pay $20, $30, $40 for parking, especially if you're a Cobb County resident, there's a park and ride in Marietta where you can park for free and actually take not MARTA but a bus. Here's the details on that.
From there, it's free parking. You can take the 10 or the 10 Rapid from that Marietta Transit Center to Cumberland, and then get off right there at Windy Ridge Parkway, and you're right across the street from the ballpark.
So you can actually take the bus. Granted, it's not going to help you if you're in East Cobb necessarily, but if you wanted to avoid parking, you could for $2.50 ride the bus and park for free. Basically near the Cobb Civic Center is where that is. Now, another thing too, people always talk about MARTA because MARTA did take you right almost to the doorstep at Turner Field. You had to walk a little bit and take a shuttle, but you can go to the Art Center Station and take the Cobb Link bus from Art Center Station here in Midtown and go north up to Cumberland Mall, and then walk across the pedestrian bridges and go into the Battery, and for $2.50 the same way.
How long would that bus ride be?
I think it's more a matter of how long it would be and then waiting for the next thing and the next thing. So if you live in Gwinnett County or something like that, you're probably just going to end up driving there, and you probably would have driven to Turner Field anyway. But if you live around here, it may take you over an hour, but if you want to avoid driving, and by the way, rideshare after any big event, as everybody knows, is a hassle, all caps.
Not to mention expensive. They got the surcharge.
Right. So if you just like, hey, we're making an evening of this, we're going to leave early, we're going to stay late, the bus option, especially going there, might be really good. Now, if you are taking rideshare, they pick up in a certain area that's basically on the north side of the Battery. I think it's, if I'm not mistaken, along Windy Ridge Parkway. I may have the road wrong, but there are, just like most places, there's a designated area for that too.
I'm thinking of going to the game, bringing my son, but
Okay.
my only hang-up is where am I going to park and what time do I have to get down there? This is I think a 7:15 first pitch.
But on Friday.
Friday night
Yeah.
traffic. I mean, how much time do we need to set aside for getting to the game?
You're
parking,
Dunwoody, right?
walking in? Yeah.
Dunwoody, I mean, it's going to be a little heavier than normal, but honestly, I would, leave home at 6 or 6:15. Give yourself an hour. You should be fine. I mean, I wouldn't overthink it because I have overplanned it before and been early. And here's the deal: Turner Field games used to start at 7:05. They made these 7:15, sometimes 7:30 at Truist Park to try to just get out of that rush hour window.
Just a little bit.
Just a
can
little
help.
bit. Just a little bit to help. So they also have Sandy Springs, Marietta, Cobb, multi-agency array, just like the parking lots all around the stadium, and they have their own traffic command center that's stationed right behind center field.
Really?
Right there in the Battery. So it's separate from Cobb DOT or Marietta PD's traffic command centers. Yeah, so they can retime traffic lights or dispatch to different things if there are problems. The other thing to account for, though, is they don't cancel DOT construction because of Braves games. And there's a lot of work being done on that northwest perimeter. So we'll see what's planned for this weekend. We don't know just yet, but Rachel Cox-Rosen will have that.
I know it. Go Braves. Let's
Yes.
see how they do against the Royals.
Absolutely.
First time hosting a home opener in, I think, 4 years. So a lot of
Yeah.
excitement.
Yeah, for the season opener at home, you mean? Yeah.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes, yes.
Yeah. Home
Exactly.
opener's always big, but especially
true.
when it's game one.
Yes, exactly right. Doug, thank you so much, sir.
Absolutely, yeah.